Alright guys, here we finally are. We're doing videos now for 6 years on YouTube, and it's been such a long time, and finally we are doing the face reveal due to the 100,000 subscribers that we now have. And first of all, we want to thank you so much for this. It's been an incredible time.
Yes, thank you very much from me too. And we thought we are making a Q&A video. So now let's get started.
Yeah, some basic questions that you guys always ask us all the time.
Okay, the first question is, where are you from?
So, as you probably all know, we are from Germany. We are not native English speakers, not from the UK, not from America, but from Germany. Especially, well, if you are more specific, we are from Munich, which is a big city in the south of Germany. Not directly from Munich, but you know, in the suburbs around the city, that's where we are from. So, next question is, how old are you?
I'm 23.
Yeah, I'm 21, so still quite young.
The next question is, what is your work?
So, the thing is, we actually don't really have a work yet because we're both students. I'm studying international management, and you?
And I'm studying geography.
Yeah, so technically we're not working yet. So we're all doing this channel parallel to our studies at university. There's no travel job as some of you are always imagining, but we're just students. So let's continue here. Next question, which is also quite related, is how are you able to go to university and do the trip reports at the same time?
Yes, basically just upload one video every week, not 3 or 5 or whatever.
Yeah, I think we also have these peak times when we travel. So we don't travel like once a week, but we have some periods in the year, like I think in summer mostly, right? Yeah, like in summer where we have maybe 6 or 12 flights in 2 weeks, and then we go have the semester. Yeah, I think that's mostly it.
So the next question is maybe the most asked one. What is your favorite airline?
Yeah, I think that's like the question that we get asked the most. It's crazy how many of you wanted to know that. And the thing is, it's quite hard for me to answer. I personally would have to say it might be Singapore Airlines. But you know, there are other great airlines. I also like SAS, Scandinavian Airlines. I love Aegean Airlines from Greece. I had great flights in Emirates, on Qatar Airways. So I cannot really say that there's one specific airline that I like to fly a lot, but if I had to choose one, it might be Singapore Airlines.
Yes, it's the same for me. Yeah. So yeah, Singapore Airlines and Aegean Airlines in Europe, that's it.
Yeah, pretty much. Next question. What is your least favorite airline?
Oh, my least favorite airline is probably Iberia. I had a very bad flight on there. Yeah,
I think I have to stay in the same airline group because I had 2 flights on Vueling or Vueling, I don't know how to pronounce it correctly. But yeah, that airline, I had 2 flights from Rome to Munich, and both of them were really not good. We had the same delay, had to spend so many times waiting to board, and then the whole aircraft was old and the legroom was bad and the service was not good. And nah, I don't like Vueling. That was not a good flight for me.
Another very popular question is the next question.
It's very popular.
Yeah, what's your favorite aircraft? What's yours?
Yeah, that's so difficult to answer because there's so many great planes out there. I think maybe if we had some different categories, like short haul or long haul, maybe, I'm not sure. Short haul, I think my favorite short haul aircraft might be the Airbus A321neo, because I just love the big engines and the long main body, and I think that's my favorite. But I also do like the Airbus A220, like the former C series. I really like that aircraft too. For short haul, for long haul, I've always been a big fan of the Boeing 747 just because I like the shape with the hump on its back and the 4 engines. I really love it. I would actually say if I had to like choose one favorite aircraft, it might be the Boeing 747-400. it's like the queen of the skies. It's just a beautiful plane. I just love it. But I also like A350, 787.
And all aircraft.
Yeah, basically all aircraft, yeah. What's your favorite?
Oh, my favorite is definitely the best looking plane. Maybe it's the 787 and the A350 short haul, maybe the A321 Neo 2. And yeah, 757 is also very nice.
Oh yeah, like very long and very thin. I like that. Yeah, 757 is also a nice plane. Right. So one more question is Airbus or Boeing, which is like the aviation question.
Yes, and I have to say I like both.
Yeah, I think for me it's basically the same. I like both planes and I had great flights on both manufacturers. However, right now due to the Boeing 737 MAX crisis, there were some facts that I read about Boeing and how they planned this aircraft, and I have to say I am not really a fan of what Boeing did there. So right now I would actually say it's Airbus for me. Next question would be how do you plan your trips, and especially like how do you find cheap flights?
Well, that's a question we get asked a lot, and you know, basically the key thing is to compare flights on different websites. We use usually Kayak or Google Flights to do that, and one thing which is very important is that you are flexible, very flexible in your dates when you come fly, and yeah, that's an advantage for us because we are students.
Yeah, that's a really big advantage because we are not tied to holidays, so we can say, I have time from May to June and let's just pick the cheapest date combination that you can find. So I think that's basically how you do it. And I think you also should avoid to not only have one website, as you already mentioned, you have to have more than one. Have Kayak, Google Flights, Skyscanner, just use them all.
Yeah. One more question is, how many countries have we visited?
Oh, actually, I don't really know. It's not that many compared to other aviation bloggers. I think we are almost like flying to similar destinations.
Yeah.
We fly to Thailand a lot. To Thailand and United States and all over Europe.
I think I have around 38 different countries, but not exactly.
I think I have an app for that, but does it show them? No.
You have to count them.
No, I have to count them. I think it's like between 30 and 40, I think. Yeah. And most of them are in Europe. Actually, I did not visit that many countries that are a long haul flight away from Germany. Yeah. So, one more question that we get is, what do you enjoy most about flying?
Well, the view is just amazing every time I fly, and maybe to be disconnected from the world, from the problems down on the earth.
Yeah. So whenever I fly over the Alps, you know, when you take off in Munich, which is our home airport, and you fly southwards, you always fly over the Alps. And I've seen that view maybe 50 times now, but it's always, again, such a pleasure to see that. So for me, the view out of the window and all the landscapes, that's just beautiful. And I also like that feeling of entering a plane and you will end up somewhere completely different. It's
amazing.
Yeah. But basically just everything about it, except for bad legroom and
bad legroom.
So
unfriendly crew.
Yeah.
What's the next question? How did you get the idea to start with the channel? Oh, that's a good question.
I think it was basically you. You were just asking like, maybe we should buy a camera, go to the airport and do a plane spotting video. I think
that might be it,
Yeah, I think there was no real time where we had like we should do a channel. It was more like a hobby.
Yeah, a hobby. We've seen many other plane spotting videos, and we thought we can do that too. And now we don't do plane spotting anymore, but only trip reports and some other videos now.
Now we have to do some other videos too, but yeah, I think we all started with plane spotting and then we moved on to trip reports. And we always hoped to do trip reports, I think, but somehow we were not able to fly as much in the beginning. But now we are able to, to keep on flying. Not now because it's coronavirus, but if you exclude coronavirus, then we would be able to fly a lot. And back then when we started with the channel, we just did not have the possibility. We just had to do the plane spotting videos.
Yeah.
How do you start doing your own flight reviews?
Oh. Yeah, basically just grabbing a camera, go to the airport and film the flight.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I think what is quite important at the beginning is that you keep your camera steady.
Oh yeah.
Because, you have some good smartphones out there that really have nice image qualities. You don't necessarily have to buy a camera. You can also use your phone, but you have to make sure to keep it steady, because if you have shaking around all the time, people don't like to watch that. And yeah, basically just keep going. I think that's how we
that's how you start doing flight reviews. Just
do
it.
There's no secret behind it, basically.
Next question is, do you have any airline elite status?
So, the funny thing is, even though we are flying quite a lot, is that we don't have any elite status or any mileage that we have any status there. I think the reason for this is that we don't have one specific airline or one specific alliance that we're flying with. And also, I just don't know that much about how to collect it the best way. So you should better ask some people from different channels.
As we just try to film as many different airlines as possible for the trip report, so we just don't have the opportunity to make any miles.
Yeah, and I think we also don't fly business class that often, so we only have economy class flights.
And always the cheapest fares.
Yeah, always the cheapest fares. Yeah. So you don't get that many miles with them. So for us, no, we don't have any status. So one more question that we have is, how can you afford traveling so much?
Yes, it's basically thanks to you guys. We earn money with our YouTube videos, so we can pay for all our flights. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so basically the revenue is not enough to live off that. So it's just enough to cover the all the expenses that we have for the flights. So this channel is self-run, but it's not like that we earn something with it. We just reinvest the money.
We cannot make a living out of that.
No.
By far not.
Not even close, not even close.
Next question is, what was the most awkward moment you had on a flight?
I think there was no real awkward moment that I had, but there were some funny moments, and one of them was on an Air Canada flight, because there was a drunk person on board who was walking around the aisle and was distributing some, I think, chocolate bars or something. So he was running around, so here for you and for you. So he was a nice drunk person, so it was quite funny. But apart from that, nothing that would stand out, and also no incidents or anything. Nothing really.
Not even strong turbulences.
No. We had some turbulence that was quite strong, but nothing that would make you afraid or something. Next question is, will air travel be the same again after the pandemic?
Well, I don't think so. We've seen so many restrictions now, and different seat concepts are already in planning by the companies, and
Yeah, I think you just have to deal with new hygiene standards. I hope that it won't be too much, because honestly, wearing a face mask for a 10-hour flight can be a bit annoying. So I hope that these high levels of restrictions will be a little bit reduced to a more relaxing level. But I still don't think that we will have the same openness again. I think there will be some hygiene restrictions, and I hope it will be all right.
Speaking of coronavirus, we hope you are all healthy and stay healthy over this difficult time.
Yeah, and better stay at home. Don't travel too much at the moment. I wouldn't really recommend that. Yeah, we hope that you liked the video, And if you want to do us the same thing again or something similar, you can comment it down below. And yeah, I think it's time to say again thank you for the last 6 years. You have given us so many opportunities to visit different countries and different places and fly so many times. So thank you very much for that.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that was a really good idea to start this channel.
Yes. See you soon.
Yeah, see you soon.